What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I am finally doing a review on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, and this is going to be my review for episode 11, Ross versus the Ducks. I have to admit, I should have been reviewing this season of RuPaul's Drag Race from the very first episode. I was just being lazy, y'all, but I will be doing reviews on every episode leading up to the finale because I do have a favorite in this race now. In this episode, we are left with 7 queens. We have Lana Jarrett, Anya Nerve, Sam Starr, Lydia Butthole Collins, Susie Toot, Lexi Love, and Jules Sparkles. Now, the episode starts out with the girls heading back to the workroom and they read Ariette's lipstick message on the mirror, and she's pretty much said, not quoting, but it said, from one stank girl to another, one smelly girl to another, something about smelling or stinking. Anya, brush your teeth. That was very nasty, very uncalled for. Ariette's just mad because Anya stuck up for Jules during the previous Untucked. Now, I have not seen any of the Untucks this season, but I've heard that they are quite good. So I'm going to make sure that I'm watching Untucked for the rest of the season. But Anya has clearly been sticking up for the girls who have been kind of ganged up on. A couple of weeks ago, it seemed like she was, coming to Susie Tooth's defense because a lot of girls were getting on her about her looks and her makeup and things of that nature. And I feel as though Anya was that person at one time that was picked on, and maybe she didn't have anyone to come to her defense at that time. And so I think Anya has taken this time to be that person to come to the defense of someone who is being ganged up on, and that's one of the many reasons why I truly love Anya Nerve. And I'm going to just say this now: I truly want Anya Nerve to win RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. I can't say that I'm necessarily expecting her to win because I have a funny feeling that Susie Toot is going to pull it out. However, I would love for Anya Nerve to win. I feel like she has the charisma, the uniqueness, the nerve, the talent to be a great representative for season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I fully believe that she will make it to the finale. I don't see how she would make it to how she would not make it to the finale. She's not been in the bottom 2. She has been in the bottom 3, I believe, twice or 3 times in the past. However, she's not have to lip sync for her life just yet. But the message on the mirror was in reference to Anya's breath. Apparently, Anya has spoken to the girls in confidence, letting them know that there's something dental going on in her mouth where she does not know why her breath is not smelling right, and she needs to get it checked out. And so she's very insecure about that, which, anybody would be insecure about that. I one time was having stink breath around the time of my diagnosis back in 2016, and I don't know how that contributed to my diagnosis, but whatever. So I completely understand where Anya is coming from. When that's something that you have no control over, it's the most frustrating thing because you don't want to talk directly to people and you don't want to get in people's personal space because you know that your breath is not smelling good. And so I'm so glad that Anya did not allow that to bring her down, did not allow that to put her into a dark space, did not affect her performance in the upcoming Maxi Challenge. So the girls come and the girls are very supportive of Anya Nerve. They understand that that was a very dirty, very nasty thing for Ariette to say on her mirror message. And apparently Ariette has spoken online saying that she has apologized to Anya on a couple of occasions and said that she does not care what people think. There are also a lot of Drag Race fans who are trying to come to Ariette's defense. I don't know in exactly what way, because what she said is what she said, or what she wrote is what she wrote, and there's really no getting around it. If she did not mean it, then she would not have written it down on the mirror. So there it is. But I think Ariette is a great example of a queen that will come to the competition ready with looks on looks on looks on looks. I mean, arguably, Ariette has had the best looks on the runway this entire season. However, the competition is not about looks and runway. The competition is about charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, which Anya has all 4 of those elements in spades. Susie Too sort of kind of has that as well. I do see that in Sam Star as well. I have to say that if Anya does not win, I will not be upset with Sam Star winning. I do think that she's very deserving of it. All of Sam Star's looks have been great on the runway. I've been the biggest fan of Sam Star's wigs and hair this season. She's a pageant girl, and I, for one, am a huge fan of pageant girls that come into that come to the competition because there's literally going to be no doubt that they're going to slay on the runway. So I'm always rooting for the pageant girls if they have a great personality and if they are nice to the other girls, if they're at least somewhat congenial with the other girls. Speaking of miscongeniality, I don't know if Anya would win Miss Congeniality because it has been said that she has a diva attitude. That was said during, I believe it was the Wicked Wiz Rusical challenge. I believe it was either Susie Toot or Jewel Sparkles who said that Anya sort of has this diva personality, but with the exception of the whole debacle with the sewing challenge when Anya spray painted Lexi Love's outfit and didn't come out and say that she did what she did even though she knew exactly what Lexi Love was talking about. I was a little bit disappointed with Anya on that. But anyways, let's go to this week's Maxi Challenge. So this week's Maxi Challenge is Ross. He is playing a character of some sort that is based on someone in real life. I cannot remember exactly the name of the person that he's supposed to be portraying, but this person back in the way back days was apparently friends with a lot of starlets, a lot of celebrities, and was telling all their business. And so that's who Ross was playing. And so we have Lana Jarre, and Anya. They're playing these two black girls, these two black rappers rather. And Lana is being asked by Ross about Anya, and Anya is coming in. She's the new girl, and she's apparently Lana's daughter in the skit. And Anya, of course, kills it. Anytime that you give Anya an acting challenge or a comedy challenge, maybe with the exception of the roast, I didn't think she did as good as I expected her to on the roast. Although she did not do bad at all. There was not a bad joke in her roast. I just for some reason, I was just expecting her to do better and to be in the top for that roast. But hey, that's just me asking for so much from my favorite queen on this season. But anyways, Anya comes in. She's got the long nails, and she's telling Lana that she's not real. She brings up the breastplate, she brings up the booty plate, the hip pads or whatever, and she's using the nails, and it's amazing. I love Anya. Anya to me seems like a girl who probably grew up a lot of older people. Maybe she might have been raised by her grandmother, or she had a grandmother that was very poignant in her life. She has an old soul to me. Although she may be young, she doesn't have a young spirit. She's just not playing young people games, and that's one of the things that I love about Anya the most. But when it comes to a challenge, Anya is going to put her best foot forward. And as RuPaul said in this episode, Anya is a powerhouse in this competition, and I'm so glad that Ru sees that. I wish that Rue would express it more. I feel like Rue isn't expressing how much he enjoys Anya, and maybe Rue doesn't enjoy Anya as much as I would want Rue to. It seems like Rue has her eye more on Susie too, which is that's her choice if that's more of her brand of drag queen. Susie is more the quirky type of queen, whereas Anya might be a little bit more expected as the black queen who might be from the hood and can play those hood characters and will always do great at those acting challenges where she has a hood character that she's playing. But that's Anya. That's her brand. And I love that about Anya. I love that she's so true to herself and authentic to herself and doesn't feel like she has to be something that she's not. She's just Anya. And I love Anya Nerve for that. Anyways, and so in the next scene, we have Sydney, Sam Starr, and she's partnered up with Lydia Butthole Collins, and apparently Lydia Butthole Collins is a proctologist who has been sleeping with Sam Starr's husband, and I thought Lydia did pretty good. I loved the bit when she was putting on the glove when she was introducing herself. I loved that, and I loved all the puns and and things that were going on. So I did love. I won't say that I love, but I did like how Lydia did. I did see how Lydia really wasn't pushing as much as Ross or the guest director was, trying to pull from her. But I thought that she did as good as she could, maybe in the moment. I thought that Sam Starr did great. I didn't. I didn't see her being as high as Anya on the poll of those who did great, but I thought she did a pretty good job for the most part for what she had. I thought she did as good as she possibly could, and I was very happy with her performance. And then we had Susie Toot and Lexi Love, who were playing these two characters who were doing this ASMR bit. I thought that was pretty funny as well. It seemed like Lexi Love was struggling a little bit with her lines, and wasn't able to really recite what it was that was written down for her to say. However, by the end of it, when we saw the final cut, she was able to pull it together. Now, what is her name? Dang, I'm forgetting her. Jewel Sparkles. Now Jewel Sparkles is sitting on the sideline and she says that she's been waiting for hours. I'm assuming that she's exaggerating when she says she's been waiting for hours for her to be able to do her part. Because of the way that they chop these scenes up on the show, it seems like they're doing them pretty fast. But apparently, according to Jewel Sparkles, she's waiting for hours to do her part. And so Jewel Sparkles is supposed to be doing a Tiffany New York Pollard bit where she was coming for Gemma Collins on Celebrity Big Brother UK. And Jules does not do the best that she possibly can. She does not do the best in the challenge. And I don't know how Jules could have necessarily done better. I don't know if it was more inflection in her voice or more movement with her body. I'm not really sure how she would have been able to do it better. I do think, though, that if Anya was given that part, I think she would have knocked that right out the park. Not that, knocked it right out the park, but Jules Sparkles did what she could do. So then we get to the runway. So here are my thoughts on the looks. So Lana Jarre, I was okay with her look. I have a thing about skirts that are supposed to be really, really short that show the underwear. I don't necessarily like that aesthetic. I feel like if it's going to be a skirt, let's let it be a skirt and let your underwear be your underwear and not seen by anybody. But otherwise, I love Lana's hair. I love the puffy sleeves. I did love the silhouette of the outfit. I thought it looked great on her. Um, let's see. Let's get to Anya. I did not enjoy Anya's look. And by the way, the category was black and white. Anya's look was more black and silver, and then she also had a swan or a duck fascinator. I was confused by the look. I'm gonna say that I really didn't like the look necessarily. The dress was also a little bit short. You could see her ankles and her shoes. So I wasn't the biggest fan of her looks. And Anya hasn't had the best looks on the runway this season. I think my favorite look from Anya was her nails look, where she had the spray painting on her shirt, and she had the spray painted nails. She had the nails in the wig. She had the fingernail polish coming down her overalls. I loved that. But this week's black and white look was not my favorite. Then we have Sam Starr. Now Sam Starr has this mask that she's holding in her hand the entire time she's on the runway. I loved the dress that Sam Starr had on. I loved that dress that she was wearing. However, I wasn't the biggest fan of the fact that she was just holding this mask here. But her look was amazing, by the way, and her wig was everything. Like, I love those really sculpted wigs, those really coiffed wigs that, you can tell that they're wigs because it doesn't look like real hair, but it looks very pageanty. It looks very professional, and I love those types of wigs. And then we get to Lydia Butthole Collins. Now she's wearing this really tight, very long, like tube type of skirt. And she's got like plaid up top. And I did love the look with the exception of the extended sleeves. The sleeves were really, really long. It didn't look like she was able to actually put her hands through the end of them. But, Lydia Butthole Collins kind of has that aesthetic of things that are very quirky, things that are very out of the box. But I loved Lydia's hair. Lydia's wig was so coiffed. It was everything, giving you, old school rich white woman tease. It was everything. I did love Lydia's hair, and I did like the dress as well. I just didn't like the extended sleeves. I didn't like the way that they were just hanging there. And turned out to be not a good choice for lip syncing either. But anyways, then we have Susie Toot. Susie Toot is wearing this sort of kind of I don't know if it's called monochromatic. That's just the word that's coming to my mind right now. But it's almost like she had fringe all over the dress. It wasn't necessarily fitted. However, I did like the way that the fringe was moving as she was walking down the runway. So I did enjoy Susie Toot's look, and she had a kind of a cat a cat type of headpiece going on, and then she had a tail on the back, and I sort of kind of liked that in a way. And Susie Two's makeup has been getting more reasonable as the season has gone on. I hated her makeup in the first 2 or 3 episodes, but as time has gone on, she's kind of lessened the severe factor of her makeup being so niche in what it was that she was doing. And so I'm enjoying her makeup more. I can't say that I'm loving her makeup, but I'm enjoying her makeup as the season has gone on. And then we get to Lexi Love. Lexi Love, of course, has something following her in the back. Um, but she has a nice little black and white dress. She's got some, wing type thing, not wings, but she's got some fabric following behind her, very long fabric following behind her, and of course, once again, just as Lana Jarre, she has a short skirt with the underwear showing, and she had, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, it seemed like she had like a bejeweled underwear. But once again, if it's going to be a skirt, let's just see the skirt. We don't need to see your underwear. That's not a To me, that's not fashion if we're seeing your underwear. And then we have Jewel Sparkles. I love Jewel Sparkles' hair, the white wig, and I also love the black and white dress as well. I can't. I think my favorite look would have to be Sam Star, with the exception of the mask. But I thought Sam Star had the most beautiful dress, and I have to say my runner-up for best dress would be Jewel Sparkles. So Anya ends up winning the challenge. I'm so happy that she ends up winning the challenge. And our guest judge, by the way, for this episode was Sam Smith. I absolutely love Sam Smith's Latch which is Disclosure featuring Sam Smith, is one of my favorite songs of all time. I just love the lyrics. I love the beat. I love the song. I love everything about the song Latch. And I love Sam Smith and the fact that he's able to stand in his truth as someone in the LGBTQIA plus community. And he's also non-binary as well. And so shout out to Sam Smith. He's so talented and he's so much himself. I don't think he cares about what people think about his appearance, which is no shade, it's not a read or anything like that, but I love that he's just doing his own thing. But anyways, we then find out that the bottom two are going to be Lana Jarre and Lydia Butthole Collins. It's so interesting to me that Lydia won the last challenge, the Rose Challenge, and then now she's in the bottom. But, we've seen that happen before. And so during the lip sync, which they are doing a lip sync to one of Sam Smith's song. I think the song is called Unholy. And the lip sync is going well until Lydia pulls out these scissors and she's trying to cut her dress open so that she can actually move. Because as she was walking down the runway initially for her presentation, she was kind of just, going, going at a pace that wasn't regular for a runway walk. It was kind of like she was scooting across the runway. So she really couldn't walk that well with that dress. And, when you're doing a lip sync, you have to be able to move. And so she was trying to cut the dress. Her foot got caught in it. She got down on the ground, kind of got her foot out of it. It was kind of a whole mess, and that really kind of sealed the deal for her, because I thought it was a pretty even matchup leading up to that point. But of course, Lana Jarre ends up winning the lip sync. She's safe, and so now we are left with just Lana Jarre, On Your Nerve, Sam Starr, Susie Toot, Lexi Love, and Jewel Sparkles. That's our top six. So once again, I'm rooting for Anya Nerve to be the victor of this particular season. She is my favorite queen by leaps and bounds. She is my favorite queen. Again, if Sam Star wins, I will not be upset with that. Sam Star is a great second choice for as far as my pick. I do not want to see any other girls winning. Jewel Sparkles, nah, no, I don't want to see her winning. Only two people I'll be happy with seeing win is On Your Nerve, and Sam Star. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review for season 17, episode 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Let me know your thoughts on this particular episode. Also, let me know who you want to win season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And also, a quick question. What are your thoughts on the treatment of African American queens by fans of RuPaul's Drag Race? Because it seems like, well, certain Black queens that come onto the show are not treated as well as maybe a lot of the other queens. And it seems like Anya Nerve is not getting the love that I would expect a queen like Anya Nerve to get. it just seems to be unfair to me, where you have Arietti who said something very nasty and very mean on the mirror message, and you have some fans who are coming to her defense. So what are your thoughts on that? Leave that down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, let me know that you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Be sure to leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on this episode and the season altogether. Who do you want to win this season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race? Make sure you click the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know that JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this review. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, y'all.